I've seen my parents die 277 times.
I'm worried you only have like 2 attempts left.
I might just have to go in.
Into the house with armed robbers.
I'm not willing to waste the last 2.
Welcome and good evening. Welcome to the premiere of Timestamp. I'm Andres Cabrera.
And I'm Sabrina. You might know us as the First Cut crew, but today we are hosting this incredibly special premiere event.
That's right. And the time has finally arrived to unveil the highly anticipated sci-fi short film, Timestamp. Written and directed by Robert Butler III and Cade Huseby, Timestamp has been in the works for a very, very long time.
Yep, Cade and Rob first came up with the idea in late 2018 before completing a finalized draft by the summer of next year. By that time, they had asked super producer extraordinaire Madison Lynn to help develop this ambitious undertaking.
And boy, was it ambitious. We all know that sci-fi is not a cheap genre, so the team knew that they wanted to do the film right, so it needed a budget. Thankfully, Timestamp raised nearly $8,000 on Indiegogo, securing the much-needed funds to make this movie possible.
But money doesn't fix every problem. The production overcame a lot of tough challenges, but thanks to the amazing supporters and incredible cast and crew, Timestamp wrapped up flawlessly.
Yes. Let's applaud everyone who was involved in making this possible. From the producer, Ryan Vargas, to the DP, Rudy Pesci, to the Wangers, Brian Paris on sound, and all the incredible crew members who helped out on set and in post-production. And shout out to post-production team, Guy Bergman, Luis Lopez, Jalen Conway, and the immaculate composers, Isaac Malak and Matthew Fetter. Of course, there's so many other people to shout out, but I know what you guys are here for.
Enough with the hype. It's time to get into Timestamp. But one more thing, let us know your reactions to this film on Twitter. Tweet your reviews and reactions to @timestampfilm on Twitter or tag us on Instagram @timestampmovie. They could be positive or negative, but we really hope it's positive. Without further ado, let's jump into it.
It's a masterpiece, baby.
It's perfect. Wait, this piece is crooked. There we go.
There you go. It's your best one yet, honey. It's amazing. And I love the colors. It really draws your eye in to want to learn.
I love it. It's amazing.
It's beautiful. Baby, listen, we gotta
yeah.
get ready for work.
Oh,
Right? I'm gonna
okay.
go grab my things,
All
okay?
right.
Love you, baby.
What?
Gotta get
Work?
ready. Yeah.
What happened to going to the science fair?
Honey, we can't miss work today. You know we have sort of our own science fair at the lab.
Then I could come with you guys.
No, you can't come with us. And besides, if you come with us and you're not at school, how are you gonna take first place?
This is so unfair. What if I needed you?
Jackie, sit down.
Jackie, I have loved working on this project with you, okay? And it's been what I've looked forward to the most at the end of the day. But honey, sometimes in life, we're not gonna be here to hold your hand all the time. And I'm sorry to say, but today's one of those days. You can do this on your own. Jackie!
Jackie, if you don't get your
Look, she's not answering. We
butt
gotta
here
go.
in 30 seconds, you're really gonna get it, Missy.
Jackie, hide!
Hi, are you BP 96?
Yes, that must make you Jackie. You can call me Belle. My pleasure.
Mm-hmm. Nice to meet you.
Hey. I haven't owned a security camera in like 10 years. No one's watching. It's right over there.
Is this your home?
There's a shower. So this is the geode. What do you think? Whoa. Whoa, careful. Watch this. I don't even understand what I'm dealing with. Still, to be honest. But I think we have a possible contender for what you're looking for, no? How much, just to get a sense of what you're thinking money-wise, like how much does something like this go for? I don't know, like if I was to put it on the market, like what's the market? Is there a market?
How the fuck did you get this rock?
And I love the colors. It really draws your eye in to want to learn.
What? Gotta work. Yeah. What happened to going to the science fair?
Ma'am, are you sure?
Yes, I'm 100% sure this is gonna happen.
It's so unfair. What if I needed you guys?
Okay, I need your full name and address.
No, my name's not listed. There's not enough time.
We can't be there to hold your hand. And unfortunately, today is one of those days.
You said Hillhurst?
Yes, 1311 Hillhurst.
Jackie!
Jackie, hide!
Attempt 278. Any luck?
We forgot to take into account how slow human cops used to be.
Everything was good on my end. How was it today?
Terrible. I mean, besides reliving my most traumatic memory, the wormhole was really small. Or it was trying to close in on me, I don't know. I'm not sure. I've seen my parents die 277 times. Well, 278, if you want to count the original. And to be honest, Bill, it doesn't get any easier.
This probably isn't the best time to tell you, but I noticed on today's attempt, the gravitational field declined by 50%.
What?
And I'm worried you only have like 2 attempts left. But hear me out, hear me out. What if we adjust the coordinates and put you closer to the house? That'll save you some time.
If I only have 2 shots left, I might just have to go in.
Into the house with armed robbers.
Yeah, if I can get there at least 20 minutes before the break-in, maybe I can scare them, I can shock them, I can do something.
It's too dangerous. You're not the ghost of Christmas past. They'll see you. And I won't be able to tell if something's gone wrong.
We haven't tried that yet, okay? And I'm not willing to waste the last 2.
Okay, are you sure about this? You don't want to, like, take one more day or so? Weigh your options?
I don't have time, Bill.
Okay, go for it. Hey, be careful.
Excuse me? Hi, hello? Oh, ma'am? Ma'am, hey, stop!
Hi, officer, do you know where I can find the closest park exit?
Yeah, it's about 200 feet in the opposite direction.
I'm sorry, thank you. I'll be on my way.
Hey, don't take this the wrong way. Something about you seems a little off.
What seems off?
You don't look like you belong here.
And where do you think I belong, sir?
Look, ma'am, I'm not in the mood to play games with you. Now, why were you running? Are people selling drugs here again?
Look, I need to go, okay? Have a good night.
Hey, do me a favor and sit tight, will you? 1014, we've got an after-hours trespasser.
Are you serious right now? I need to go.
Shh. Copy. Hey, now follow me. You're not in trouble. We just need to go to the station and file a report. Now let's go. Hey! Hey!
Attempt 279. Any luck?
This goddamn park ranger. I swear I can't make this shit up. I must have stumbled off the path a few yards. He held me back, and I swear I was this close to knocking him out cold.
Park ranger. Park ranger. How has this guy not seen you the other 270 times?
We moved the coordinates closer to the house, henceforth, a knowing park ranger.
Well, that's as close as we can get.
We need to keep that distance, especially for the last try.
I'll see what I can figure out.
Thank you. I mean, aren't you happy that I'm at least confident in a plan for once? Doesn't that sound rock solid?
Okay, now's not the time for puns. All right, let's go save some parents. And hey, be careful.
Hello?
Hi.
Yes, who is this?
This is the National Park Ranger Service. We'd like to award you with a free cruise for your great service. Do you have a minute to chat?
No, I have a huge fear of the open water, but thank you.
Michael, are you ready? We're gonna be late, honey. Hurry up.
Look, she's not answering. We gotta go.
Jackie! Jackie, if you don't get your butt, they're gonna get it, Missy.
I have a pretty clear idea of what I'm doing. I'm stopping an armed robbery.
No, you're not! I'm gonna stop a robbery. Let me go!
Ma'am, you're confessing to the crime before you even do
Jackie,
it.
hi!
Do something now or let me go so I can! No, 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 no.
Stay right here.
No.
Hey, shh. It's okay. Okay. Everything's gonna be okay.
No, it's not going to be okay.
It's all my fault. It's not your... Do not say that. It is not your fault. It is not your fault. It is! If they would have left on time, there's nothing that you could have done about it. Okay, trust me. I tried to save your parents. I really tried. But guess what? If it wasn't for your science fair project, I wouldn't even be here.
What do you mean?
Have you heard of wormholes?
Are you from the future?
Is everything all right? I'm so sorry. I have to go. But everything will be revealed at its proper time, okay? I'm sorry. Wait! Who are you?
It's not. No. It's time. Time is cruel. Time is goddamn cruel. One moment, a minute, seems like it lasts a lifetime. Next moment, it's like it never happened at all. But you know what? Time is forgiving. It heals the greatest wounds. Some wounds are too deep for even time to heal. We can't control it. We can't control it. Look at us. Nearly 300 attempts of real goddamn time travel. We couldn't fix a thing. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? We cannot turn time in our favor. Cannot turn time in our favor. That's okay. That's okay. That has to be okay. It is the one constant we cannot control. The one thing we can't control is the present. We can control the present, so we have to make these moments last. The moments that mean the most. The moments that have the most value. Pass in the blink of an eye.
Wow, that was amazing. I am honestly baffled by seeing that. You guys are seeing my honest First reaction to this, I told Sabrina beforehand that I wanted to have a natural reaction because this is my first time seeing this. So I'm baffled. I can't wait to talk to the cast and crew because this is going to be a lot of fun. And don't forget, guys, if you guys want to interact as well, you can tweet at timestamp film on Twitter and at timestamp movie on Instagram with your thoughts as well.
Yes, be sure to share your reactions with your internet friends and family. But full disclosure, I have seen this earlier in the day, and on a second rewatch, I am absolutely blown away. One of the first times I ever hung out with Rob, he told me about the idea of timestamp way before they actually went into production. But to be able to see the final product, incredible visual effects, beautiful score, amazing performances, brilliant direction from Cade and Rob, and everything in between is nothing short of exciting. I'm pumped to talk to the team responsible for making this happen. So let's kick off this Q&A.
Let's do it. And starting off our Q&A, we have the co-directors, directors, and editors of this film, of Timestamp, the one and only Robert Butler III, and the other one and only Cade Huseby. What is up, guys? How are you guys feeling? I think that has to be the first thing I ask you guys, because this is a big, big deal.
It feels incredible to finally share this with everyone, and watching it alongside everyone was such a surreal moment. And I'm so grateful all of you are tuned in, and just a huge round of applause for the cast and crew who really just elevated this whole film.
Yeah, no, it definitely wasn't a solo venture. I remember we had a lot of ups and downs throughout the process of making this. There was times where we even doubted if we were gonna make it, and of course it got done. Of course we raised the money for it, and then we made it across the finish line to finish it. I think it, of course we're a little biased, but I definitely I really ended up loving the end result. So I was definitely really happy with it.
Absolutely. Can you guys give us a little insight into the writing process for Timestamp?
Yeah, for sure. So the first ever idea that sparked in our heads was I came across this video from this person, this viral YouTube video of this person claiming to be stuck in the past as if they'd come from the future. And I showed Rob, I was like, isn't this funny? Kind of sending a joke. But from there we were like, we really want to see what we can do with a time travel movie. So from there, the inspiration was set, and we just started writing. We had so many different revisions. The first draft of this looked absolutely nothing like how it does now, but I'm so glad, we got feedback from our friends and family on the script and some of my peers, and we ultimately, are really happy with the script we have now.
Yeah, it's it. Go ahead, RB3. Yeah.
Oh no, I was gonna say, there was a lot of people who we did send the script to way ahead of time, and there's also the people who we got to thank too. Shout out to Cody Hall. I know he was in the chat earlier. He definitely gave some really helpful feedback, my man. Alex from USC as well. Andres, you even have read the script back when we were developing it, and you even had some input on it too. So it's all a family effort. So.
Yeah, I'm honestly amazed at that collaborative process, and being open to hearing other people's opinions is something that's very difficult for writers, especially inside this industry, who are very precious about their writing and about their product and about their baby, because this was kind of like a little baby for you guys. And I definitely have to ask about the collaborative process between the two of you, since you are co-directors. I've seen co-directors happen in person to degreeing levels of success, but how was it you guys working together in this collaborative directing process?
I think it was one of the best experiences of my creative life, because I think we really balance each other out on set and in pre-production, post-production. I think, where I might have a weakness, that's where Rob really has a strength, and vice versa. And we also just are such fans of the same sort of content, so we know sort of generally what we like, and I think it's pretty mutual. So it's always a good time.
Yeah, no, I'll probably say the same. It'll probably be, I think we have a really balanced collaboration. I think we have similar sensibilities, but also very different. sensibilities too. So like that also like helps like bridge something in the middle that is really really cool. And yeah, I mean, I think we just took the best of both worlds, like best of our friends, best of my friends, best of Cade's friends, like put them together and like made like a best of time travel short, you know. So
And it displayed itself beautifully. But now that everybody here has seen the film, I feel like we're all wondering, what plans do you guys have in the future for Timestamp?
well, yeah, I mean, we have a lot of plans. I mean, we're looking to go on like festival runs for to see how it's going to compete on the festival circuit. Eventually, sometime down the line, it will be available for everyone to see, but that might not be like super soon. So that's why we really wanted to get this premiere out there for people to see virtually. But yeah, I mean, it will be available soon. There is a long-term plan, but for right now, we're just enjoying the completion of it, and yeah, we're gonna see how far it could get along in the festival circuit, and maybe if it does well there, we'll do something cool. So I don't know.
Yeah, I'm honestly glad you guys decided to go through the festival circuit, because I feel like that's kind of the best way to elevate everyone inside this cast and crew, and for them to get a appropriate audience for their performances and their work, and everything they put into it. Again, from the editing, from the music, the score, the performances, everything you guys put into it. I'm glad that more people are going to be able to see that, and you guys are choosing that route for them. I'm excited also because we're going to be getting into the cast of Timestamp. So RB3 and K, thank you so much. We appreciate you guys. You guys did an amazing job, so we appreciate you. So let's bring in Ayana, who is the lead in Timestamp. Ayana Taylor is joining us now. We are so excited to have her on because we want to give her credit, her due for giving what she did in this movie. Her performance was something truly astonishing, something that seemed incredibly difficult to do. So let's bring in Ayana anytime she has a chance to hop on, because I believe that we are very much excited to get into this. And I know we would love to kick it off with her. Ayana, hello. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah.
Now that you have watched this, how are you feeling?
Oh, it was. I love it. I absolutely love it. Just seeing the final project and everything we worked on that whole entire weekend, seeing everything come to life on the screen was just so amazing. I feel great. I'm proud of everyone. Everyone did such a phenomenal job. Great.
And you definitely should be proud. I mean, this character is so incredible. And after so many prior attempts, Jackie's bravery and resilience is truly powerful. What was your initial reaction to the character when you first read the script?
Oh, I loved her. I loved her intention. I feel like that's something I always like. She has such a drive, like she's trying to save her parents' life. And I think that is such a huge undertaking. And her fearlessness and her, not letting anything or anyone stand in the way, really attracted me to this role. And so I got the side and I was like, okay, I really want this. I felt myself really pulling for this role. And so, yeah, when I auditioned, I put my heart into this because I was like, this would be an amazing character, amazing story to play. So, yeah.
We definitely saw your heart on screen for sure, especially that final scene. I know this is such a range of emotions going from the ups and downs of seeing this, but the heaviness of that, how difficult is that to do that on set? And especially if you're doing that, I don't know, for maybe a few takes or one or two takes, either way, that seems very difficult to do.
Yeah, I just want to thank Robert and Cade for giving me the space to allow myself to really go there. And they gave me that time. If you need to take a moment, they just really comforted me in this role because they knew what was required and they wanted to really match that moment. And to do that, it was painful watching me like on the screen just now because I was like, it really took me back to that pain that Jackie was experiencing. And I'm so grateful just for this opportunity to express, pain and what that feels like and what that looks like. And if anyone is experiencing that they can have that, they can see that and know that it's okay, the pain that's okay to let out. And so I'm hoping that touched someone in an important and special way. So, yeah.
Absolutely. We appreciate you so much, Ayana, especially what you've given to this, because we really saw your heart on screen. And I hope that everyone who gets to see this later on in the future sees that and appreciates that from you, because you are an incredible talent. And we definitely saw that today.
Thank you so much. Yes, and again, everybody, just phenomenal work. Like I haven't met everybody on crew, like especially with the VFX, and I just want to say thank you to everybody who just made this come to life, because it's such a beautiful project. Cade, Robert, thank you guys so much again. This has been such an honor. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Ayana. Have a beautiful night. We appreciate you.
Of course.
Thank you. Now we are going to bring in the other co-lead of this short, Mr. Ken Napzok in the house. Ken, what a special moment, Ken. What a special moment to have you on here to see the performance that you delivered in this short film for the incredible talents of Robert and of Cade. Now that you've seen this, how are you feeling? How are you reacting to this? Because I feel like this is it's a great moment.
Look, I'm just so happy to see how it came together. I know how hard everyone worked, and when you're doing short films, and you're doing any kind of film, by the way, but you're just kind of trying to scrape things together. It came together so well, and they stuck through it to the end. And from day one on set, when I was there, it was professional all the way, and that kind of stuff shows on the screen. And I'm so proud of Robert, Cade, and the whole team, and Ayana. It was great to see her again. She was the one I worked with. I actually haven't met Parker. And by the way, Parker, I'm sorry you grow into me. Stop eating Del Taco now. But to actually work with her and just kind of give her not just the space, but just it was her story that I felt I was trying to tell with her there. So it's great to see it. Even though I don't actually watch my stuff. Hey, you know that I close my eyes and just drink soda and hope it goes away. But everything turned out well.
Yeah.
Your character's motivations kind of show through at the end. How did you feel about that when you read the script?
Yeah, it was because am I rooting for the guy when you know the story? He kind of lied and cheated his way through some things, and I just tried to bring into it, Sabrina, this from the other side of age. As you go to look back, and we all look back at mistakes and regrets, and I think the power of life is to know that you can't change it. So I think Bill probably maybe regretted what he did, but also he gets that cool tie. You can't regret too much, but you kind of learn to be where you are. And we can go back. You can't kill the past. You can learn, grow, change, and sometimes that's the lesson. I felt that's what I was trying to portray, is a big mistake that you had to live with, and that's part of what I think I was saying at the end. As I'm watching her go through this horrendous pain that she's reliving over and over and over again.
Yeah, I have to talk about that final moment, because that final moment was definitely kind of the staple of the film. How did you feel when you first read that monologue, and kind of where did you draw those emotions, talking about time and about age and about, what life gives us and what time is giving us and how it is cruel, or it can be cruel?
Yeah, look at the gray in this beard, Ace. It's cruel. I'll give you the honest answer of what I did when I read that monologue. I called up Robert Butler III and I said, "You don't want me. Come on, I can't do this. I can't do this." And credit to Robert and Cade. I've worked with them before. Worked with them on the Movie Flicks thing, and I'm a comedy guy, I'm a radio guy, and they put faith in me. And to get to set and to see someone of the skill of Ayana as an actor, I came to play too as best I could, and really felt for that moment. I found the story I wanted to tell. So it was wonderfully overwhelming, and that's part of what you can bring to that time, life, learning, and challenging yourself as well, and that helps you grow just as much as learning and forgiving the past.
Yeah, it really was a special moment between you and Ayana, and obviously the two characters coming together in that moment is something truly unique and wonderful. And Ken, I can't be more amazed than I am by you right now, especially after seeing that. The man of many talents, Ken. You can do it all. Radio, acting, emotion, comedian. Look at you go.
I don't emote well in real life, eh?
Hey,
Next
as
up
long
is
as
the
you do it
Oscar
on screen.
nomination.
Yeah, there you go. As long as you do it on screen, that's all that matters, man. Ken, have an amazing night. We appreciate you. Thank you for coming by and for doing this and for showing love and support to RB3 and to Cade as well. This is awesome.
Wouldn't miss it, Andres and Sabrina. Thanks for doing this.
Absolutely, Ken. Thank you so much. Now we're going to bring in Cydney, who plays the younger version of Jackie. So we are excited to have Cydney on here because her performance is equally important as everyone else's. Cydney, why don't you come on? We are happy to have you on here because we really do appreciate your performance in this film, Timestamp. I think it's awesome. I think it's beautiful, something that you truly brought a lot into it. You go through a lot of range of emotions in this. You go from kind of the highs and lows from the beginning to the very end of the film. Where do you draw from that, Cydney? Is that something that you can kind of tap into easily, or is that something difficult for you that you had to kind of do it on the day and see where you were at that day?
I did a lot of practicing when I was given the script with my parents, like breaking the character down, like, hey, how am I going to feel during this moment? Just like putting yourself in that mindset, like, hey, like my parents just died. Like, what do I feel? What am I going to feel? Stuff like that. Yeah.
I kind of want to ask you a similar question I asked earlier, but with Jackie's bravery and resilience, what was your initial reaction when you kind of first read the character in the script?
It's a lot. I honestly felt like she's a very ambitious person and she wants to make her parents proud. She didn't know what was going on. She was very curious, but she didn't know. That's kind of me in real life. She's ambitious. She's always thriving for something, you know?
Yeah, and obviously another scene that's a pivotal moment inside this film is when you interact with your older self. How did you feel about that scene? Because that's also a very emotional, powerful moment as well, because it is something that is reflecting of your older self. And obviously you might not be conscious of that in that moment during that scene, but it's still a pretty emotional moment watching it back.
Very surprising. Like, just imagine like your future self just like, hey, I'm here. I'm trying to save you. You know, it's a lot. Like I said before, it's I don't know. It's just a lot.
It is, and obviously your performance with Jay and your parents in the movie is something that's special, and it feels like something that's very natural, which I appreciated very much because it felt like that's definitely a family dynamic that works inside the movie. So I am so excited for everyone else to be able to watch your performance in the film and for other people to get to appreciate you because I feel like it truly adds to the character so much more when we see her in the future. So Cydney, thank you for doing what you did and thank you for giving what you did to this film. It is truly a wonderful performance. Thank you so much, Cydney.
No problem.
Cydney, have a great night.
You too.
Yeah, absolutely. Now we're going to bring in Parker, who plays kind of the foil in this movie, a very interesting character, the park ranger. Parker, how are you doing tonight? This is a great moment, obviously, for you, for Cade, for everyone involved with this cast and crew. How are you feeling in this moment, especially after seeing the film once again?
Oh God, it's just such this release of like anticipation, I guess is the word. Because, you know, as his brother, I've been like here throughout the whole process, like watching draft after draft of this come together. And there's just been so many layers in terms of production. So being able to see like the rough draft and the final cut that's finally come out, final cut, hashtag ad. It's just been really cool seeing it grow and build and watching the team, like the production team, like, you know, Guy on special effects, Matt and Isaac with the music. The score is just stunning. And the sound designers, you know, Jalen, they've absolutely killed it and like elevated this film to the next level. So it's been really cool to see like the behind the scenes. I feel like a little secret agent.
Yeah, all of the moments you were on screen were so spectacular. But I'm really curious as to what your favorite moment was on set.
Favorite moment? Oh God, working with Ayana Taylor was an absolute joy. I got to work with Cydney too a little bit, but I mainly worked with Ayana, and working with her was just so much fun. Working with her is easy, and we had this moment before the scene because we did a lot of running, so it was tiring, but like it really got us to that point where we got to just like feed off of each other's energy, move so quickly back and forth, and like just having that synergy as actors is so important on one of those sets, especially with like, the cast wasn't that big. It was like a very intimate scene, and we just got to like laugh and have a good time, even though like behind the scenes, even though it was like a very serious um, moment coming up. We just enjoyed each other's company and really supported each other and were there for each other, and she made that so easy for me. So thank you, Ayana.
Absolutely. One of my favorite moments was a line that you said when you said that you were afraid of the open water when they offered you a cruise. I have to ask if that was in the script or if that was something you came up with.
No, that was fully improvised. There
I
were
was
like
gonna
a
say
few versions of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they literally just rolled the camera for like a good 10 minutes and we're like, okay, back to Mark. And like I would just walk up, and like it was very like an intense, slow walk with this like really I just said whatever came to my mind. It was yeah, completely improv, and it was a lot of fun. Like that flexibility to just like say whatever and do whatever, and they cut together the final cut, and that's the line they chose.
Yeah, I think it's great, and it offers an opportunity for actors to have a little bit more range in what they do and what they say. And I noticed it's a fun moment, and it definitely adds to the character by the end when you see what happens at the end as well. I think it's a great moment, and obviously, a great shout out to Cade and Robert for writing the script as well. But that's a great moment, Parker, and I definitely appreciated it for sure. Parker, thank you so much for doing this. An amazing job, amazing performance. Once again, excited for everyone else to see it once it's fully available. So thank you for joining us tonight, Parker.
Absolutely.
We definitely appreciate you. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you, Ace. Thank you, Sabrina, for hosting. You guys are doing a great job. And Ken, I don't eat Del Taco, but I am a Taco Bell guy, and I will definitely be cutting back on that. But you look great too, and I hope to meet you someday.
There you go. Parker, thank you so much once again. Joining us now, we're going to bring in Jay Washington, who plays the amazing father in this movie. Jay, look at you go, man. Look at you kill it on screen. You do the comedy shows. You're killing it on hosting gigs. You're killing it on acting gigs. This is a big deal, man. Now that you've finally seen the full finished product, how are you feeling?
I am one of those people that anytime I watch something with kids and parents, because I am a parent myself, it always hits me real quick. And so we rewatching everything and then seeing the Jackie's breakdown moment, like that got me. And it was beautiful the way Robert and Cade put this together, and then to allow all of the actors to give emotion fully, because sometimes you have to pull back and then sometimes you don't get a chance to go. But this was just phenomenal from beginning to end.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and your great experience on set, it really shines through. You could tell that all of you guys are having so much fun. What was it like working with the cast directly in the scenes that you did have in the film?
To work with Nikelola and with Cydney, it was great because you want to make sure if you're playing a family, you want it to feel like a family. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to just be three people saying that's the dad, that's the mom, that's the daughter. You want to make it where it feels like everybody gets along. So again, in between takes, we talking, cracking jokes, just having fun, just trying to build up a sort of rapport, if you will. And so to have those emotions, and then when the scene comes where her father is checking out and sees that the people are coming to the home, the stakes go higher. So again, that's where I tap into, for my character, I tap into me as a father. How would I handle that? And so that's where that emotion comes from.
Yeah, and it's heavy emotion, right, Jay? Because I feel like that's such a pivotal, big moment if this actually was taking place in real life. So tapping into that must have been a heavy day on set for sure. How is that for you? Is that something that you kind of had to deal with on the moment?
Yeah, it was on a day and in the moment, knowing what the scene was, but then to know the goal is going to be you're going to see it happen multiple times. So you have to give this emotion and this performance where older the older version of Jackie is going to keep seeing this. So it has to resonate not just at one point, but through multiple points, if that makes sense. Because you have it where Jackie is coming back and back and back, and she's seeing it happen and happen and happen. And so for me, I was like, okay, let me make sure this resonates not just here, but continually for every time everybody watches this.
Absolutely. I think we have a question as well from another panelist, Cade and RB3. I think one of you guys wanted to jump in. Let me know if that's the case now still. If not, that's okay.
I was just laughing because my boy Steven Alvarez is in the chat and he says, I'm waiting from the dad. Dude was a mountain with the arm emoji. That's just my guy Steven Alvarez from college. Salute to him, man.
Shouts out to him, man.
Yeah. It's like who can stand against Jay? That's not possible, man.
Clearly, two dudes with baseball bats.
According to the script.
According to the script,
I don't know if that's realistic.
The movie, the dad works out and gets himself together and does some highly interesting scientific experiments. But you bring in some baseball bats, it's a wrap. Ooh. It's a done deal. Like
that's the last thing I have for you, Jay. Is the fact that you kind of are reading that in the script, that you were kind of the brains of the operation, and that you have a family that's so capable, and that kind of like, obviously you being the head of the household, having that capability. How did that feel reading that? Because I feel like that's a big deal, man, being kind of like this, family of like little geniuses and geniuses.
Again, it's something you tap into personally. That's something I was able to because of having two children. They are in two different states, but having children, knowing how I want to bring them up, knowing that my kids are already smart. So I take that knowledge and like, okay, so the character, he's this genius. His wife is a genius. Their daughter has a poster board talking about a wormhole theory. Do you understand how much of a genius level that is? And so you can't come off as dumb. Let's just be real. You can't come off as a big dumb jock. You can't come off as, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. You have to have this look, this intent, this level of integrity when you look at everything that Jackie is doing for her presentation. When there's scenes where you have the geode, where you know what this is. So things like that, you have to make sure for my character that he plays this role of, I am a head of geniuses, and probably my daughter's smarter than me.
Yeah, also a comment from Cade, if you want to jump in.
Yeah, I just wanted to say shout out to the two actors who jumped in and played the robbers for the burglars that were able to defeat Jay, Riley Chapman and Ben O'Banner. Shout out.
Oh yeah, Ben O'Banner. Yeah, my cousin Benjamin O'Banner. Salute to those two. And Riley did helped with our behind the scenes video, which you're going to be able to check out a clip of at the end.
Nice.
Jay, thank you so much, man. This was awesome. I'm so excited for everyone to get to see your performance.
Thank you, man. Thank you again to Cade, RB3, to the phenomenal cast and crew. I'm honored and blessed to be a part of this. This is a phenomenal project. Sabrina and Ace, y'all are doing a great job hosting. So just keep doing what y'all do. I'm gone.
Hi, Jay.
Jay, thank you so much, man. Appreciate you. Next guest that we have coming up here, guys, is our VFX artist, the master guru behind the scenes, who is making all the special effects happen. Mr. Guy Bergman is going to be joining us. Guy, how are you feeling? This is kind of special, man, because this is a sci-fi short film, which means if we're gonna have a sci-fi short film, we're gonna have some VFX in it. And they definitely stand out, man. This was truly, truly a special job, especially with the constraints that you have within a short film. How are you feeling watching the finished product now finally in the premiere?
I'm so happy and blown away to actually watch it after it's collected. And during the production, I actually didn't really watch the fit until obviously there were so many revisions. And so seeing the story come together now and watch the story work with the effects, it was a major step from watching it shot by shot not sequenced correctly. It was truly it was amazing. I loved it.
And I know RB3 is a huge fan of visual effects. So how collaborative was that effort with Cade and Rob that you had during this process?
It was very collaborative. Before it even got started, we talked for I wouldn't say hours, but like a good portion of time going over references and different ways we can approach doing a lot of these shots. It was Cade and Robert both knew very well how they wanted this film to look, and so I was happy to creating their vision. A lot of the aspects and dealing with a lot of distortion and kind of new waves, time waves, and light distortions with and I think that was wonderful, Cade and Robert.
Yeah, it definitely stood out. I think that's the biggest standout for me was kind of the way the lighting interacted with the visual effects. And that was a big staple of it for sure. Was that kind of something you guys wanted to go with, was kind of this neon style look?
Yeah, I after looking at the footage and seeing how much neon was integrated in the raw footage, like the glasses and some of the other aspects of the set design, I felt like it would be a nice inclusion. And Cade and Robert both really loved this idea of having glow and blue light, and we tried to project through the screens and more of the HUD elements, and also the glowing of the stone itself was very.
Yeah, it definitely stood out for sure, man. And one of the best parts of VFX is when it becomes seamless with the on-set production shots that they took. And that's what it was, man. It really was a seamless transition between the sets and between everything they shot on camera. So Guy, an amazing job, man. We really do appreciate it. Once again, I can't wait for people to see your work on a bigger stage and on a bigger level. Once this goes through the festival circuits, man, it's going to be an exciting process for sure. So once again, thank you, Guy, for joining us tonight, man. An amazing job. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. It was wonderful.
Absolutely. Thank you, Guy. Now we're going to bring in Isaac and Matt, our wonderful composers of this film. Isaac and Matt obviously did an amazing job with this as well, tapping into some truly special stuff. With making this a sci-fi short film, I kind of want to talk about, inspirations behind what you guys were kind of trying to go for when it comes to this story. And obviously I'm going to ask you guys about that final song at the very end, because I feel like that's the big emotional moment that really stood out. But first off, inspirations behind this. Let's start with you, Isaac.
Oh, well, one thing we're trying to really make a difference between was the moments in the future and the past. So kind of using different instruments, different types of synths and that kind of thing, and just different styles in general, that was important to us. We also want to give Jackie a clear theme that the listener can lock onto, and have that like be developed throughout the film and see where we can take that. So yeah, those were maybe the two main elements we were focusing on. And of course, just like kind of keeping the tension going and heightening all the emotional moments as well, especially near the ending when it was getting a lot sadder. And Matt can take credit for most of those moments. So
yeah, it was kind of important for us to, for most of the film, we're dealing with Jackie's grief, and it was important to, in Ken's monologue of trying to accept the past, it was important to kind of leave that message of that Jackie is now able to kind of come to grips with her past and hopefully leave kind of the audience on maybe a more positive note. So I think it worked having that balance, and I think it was really helpful having two composers that could also kind of help with that balance. So that was something we tried for a lot.
Yeah, I definitely want to talk about that final score. And Isaac mentioned that, Matt, you were heavily involved with that. That's kind of a pretty special song that you guys really delivered on with that one. Where did that come from? Because I really do feel like it has that kind of emotional feel throughout it. And how do you tap into that?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of just a blending of kind of more electronic instruments and also a little more like emotional, kind of like a string section, because you want to try to get to the heart of the story, and that scene is one of the hearts. So yeah, you really just want to try to, I mean, in terms of inspiration, I think you kind of just try to think of moments in your past, kind of like Jay was saying, you try to think of things that you can relate to. So for me, you know, for everyone, we all have things in our past that maybe we want to change. And at a certain point, you try to come to grip with that. And it's not like a happy moment. I mean, it's more bittersweet. And so I think you just try to reflect on your own experiences. I think composers we're actors, but our medium is music. And so we try to, you know, deliver that same expression through a different medium.
And you guys did a phenomenal job of elevating those moments with your score.
Yeah, absolutely. It really was special. And I guess the last thing I have for you is how much does watching the cut of the film kind of inspire where you're drawing those emotions from? I'm sure you guys were able to see maybe some sort of rough draft of the film. Does that kind of help you guys throughout the process?
Yeah, for sure. We learned a lot from the rough draft. We had a lot of long discussions with Cade and Robert, a lot of fun ones. With just the rough draft, we kind of just talked about the film, exactly what they're looking for, the themes of the film, and all those kind of elements we're just trying to establish. And then so that once we had the locked cut, we were able to really get down into the details. We didn't have to worry about the larger emotions as much anymore, and just focus more on the timing and you know, getting the nuts and bolts down.
Yeah, for inspiration, yeah, talking with Cade and Robert, we had meetings like once a week where we'd have review sessions for the score, and then so yeah, hearing their personal kind of associations with the film and hearing their feedback was probably one of the most valuable things that we could have had. So thank you to Cade and Rob.
You guys did an amazing job, and I obviously appreciated it so much. Anytime a score stands out like that, especially during a very intimate, emotional moment, I give it an A+, and I think it's awesome. So thank you so much, guys. Amazing job. I can't wait for people to hear what you guys have come up with when this thing goes even bigger. So thank you so much for joining us tonight. Have an amazing night.
Thank you both, and thank you to the team. We just want to let you know that the soundtrack is on Spotify and other streaming services if you are interested in listening to it. Just a little plug.
Absolutely. Everyone, please go check that out, because I believe
we got the link in the chat. Definitely save that score over there.
Oh,
so
thanks, Robert.
Anyone who's joining us live in the chat, go ahead and check that out after the stream is done. Either way, thank you so much, guys, for joining us. Have an incredible night. Thank you so much.
Thanks, you too.
Thank you.
Finally, we have Jalen joining us up next. Jalen is the key to this whole thing working out. Without him, this would not be possible. The sound and the post sound is so important throughout this film, and it's probably one of the final things you guys were working on, right? So how long ago do you guys feel like you finished this, Jalen?
We actually finished it like very, very recently.
Yeah,
we've been working on it for a few months now. I was given sort of like a work in progress when I was approached by Rob and Cade to sort of finish it off and elevate the sound effects profile of the film. So very recently, actually, we finished it.
Yeah, when you're doing this process in post, what is kind of the main focus when you want to bring out certain things? Is it mainly the effects? Is it mainly some sort of performance in there? What's kind of the main thing you're drawing into when you're watching the film?
So yeah, basically the main thing I was sort of focusing on was the obviously the visuals that I'm working with, and so Guy obviously did a very good job with the visual effects. In certain moments, obviously you have the time travel moments, and so I sort of played with the the effects that Guy developed for those scenes and tried to match sort of the visuals. That way you have a pairing between audio and visual that sort of creates subconsciously informs the audience of the tech of the time and the sort of fantasy elements of it. And then you have, of course, you have the rock, and then you have the sort of, I call it the lightsaber thing. And so I'm sort of pulling from all these different areas. And in addition to that, the other part that I sort of add a lot of sound effects to was the break-in scenes. And I wanted those scenes to feel really like dangerous and threatening and like traumatizing. So I tried to, pulling from like action thrillers and in many ways like horror films in a way too, to sort of bring up the intensity of those moments and to create the higher level of stakes for the characters. Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely stands out, obviously, during that scene, especially because you feel the increase in the sound kind of becoming more and more intimidating as the robbers are starting to come in. Sound effects and post sound is so important, obviously, when it comes to sci-fi short films. How cool was it working on these kind of sci-fi sound effects, especially with so many iconic sci-fi sound effects that we've heard before in previous feature films?
Yeah, it was really cool. I noticed from the very beginning when I first took a look at it that there was a sort of a ticking of the clock used in the score, I believe, by Matt and Isaac, and I immediately thought of the third Harry Potter movie when they go back in time and you have the sort of time ticking used in the score by John Williams there. And so it felt really cool to do a movie like this because it felt like we were sort of doing our own, like it's our turn now to do the sci-fi time travel movie. Like you have a lot of like iconic science fiction movies, and it's sort of like, we're doing our own version of that now, and you sort of get to be a part of something that's sort of grand and got a lot of moving parts, and it's really, a lot of energy in there, a lot of energy in the movie.
Absolutely. And I think that's one of the best parts of working on film is trying to create something that's unique and iconic in its own right. And especially during a short film where you're having that opportunity to do it on much more constraints added to it. So Jalen, amazing job. And speaking of the cast and crew, we are getting a note right now saying if everyone right now wants to turn their cameras on, we're going to give a final adieu, final farewell with everyone turning their cameras on and saying a good farewell. Cade, you wanted to have everyone here, man.
Yeah, just give everybody give each other a round of applause. You guys really worked hard, and this was a journey in itself, and I'm just each and every one of you, and I can't thank you enough for collaborating with us on this. And I just hope you really enjoyed.
Yeah,
I believe. I just want.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry, my bad. I mean to cut you off. This was definitely like a once in a lifetime experience. This is definitely the most ambitious thing I think we've ever done, and I think it would not have happened if it wasn't for everybody here, everybody who's not here. I definitely want to shout out again. People were shouted out at the beginning. Rudy Presley, our amazing DP who can be here tonight. Julian Stern, who was our first AD for the project. Man, actually, I'm gonna just pull up like some of the other people I want to shout out.
Yeah, our two fantastic producers, Mel and Ryan, who I just graduated with. Super fantastic producers. All of our Indiegogo contributors.
Especially, because that was a big hurdle, in doing this kind of film. We really didn't have any idea how we're gonna get it made, like how we're gonna finance it. But if it was through the power of the people and through the power of people believing in us that we're able to get it made. So thank you to all the amazing Indiegogo supporters we had as well. So.
Yeah,
I'm stalling because I'm pulling up a list, but sorry. Also, shout out to Mark as well, who was a huge Indiegogo contributor to us. In fact, all of our producers from Indiegogo were amazing. Michael Huseby, Sherry
my parents,
Huseby, Adam Jerome. Definitely shout out there. And then
John
of course,
O'Brien.
John O'Brien, thank you so much. Of course, Parker put in as well. And then our first camera, Austin. Our second camera, Destiny. our grip, John, of course, Brian Perez, Beardo, who helped us with sound, our production assistants, Jacob, and Callie. Callie, I think we saw Callie in the chat earlier, right?
To Callie.
Callie was in the chat. Yeah, Callie Yan, she was in the chat earlier. Riley Chapman, who helped us with the behind the scenes footage, which again, we're going to have a cool behind the scenes video. And again, just all the amazing people who contributed on Indiegogo and everybody on this panel today. It was really, really, really a special experience. And I loved working with all of y'all so much. So.
Yeah, you guys obviously delivered something that is truly special. And obviously this is a great moment for everyone who's here in the cast and crew. You guys did an amazing job. Take the time to appreciate this moment, because I really do feel like it's a special moment that you guys can remember in the future when everyone gets a chance to see this on a much larger scale. I know, RB3, that you wanted to cut to a behind the scenes. Do we still have that? Is that still the case? Because let's do that right now. If we want to go ahead, let's show a little bit of the behind the scenes of the making of Timestamp.
Yes, but definitely, guys, make sure you tweet at Timestamp Movie and on Instagram at Timestamp Film. Tweet your thoughts, tweet your reactions, show them some love.
About to pick up some props from Timestamp, baby. You know what I mean? Time traveling.
But like, what kind of stuff?
We're picking up some old school e-waste materials. Here it is, you know, e-waste.
Here's us in the middle of the street.
Yeah.
How's day one going?
Day one is going so smooth. I've had a donut, shared a donut with Robert Butler III. I had cold water provided to me. Professionals. Work with them. That's what my Yelp review.
Yeah. This is what our Indiegogo money is all added up to this point. I feel like we have a prime location. I'm eating Cheetos on a ranch. It's doubling as our forest location, and we're shooting a lot of the 2019 exteriors here. It's probably going to be one of our lighter days, but we had the whole day to like do setup and stuff, so it's going to be a good time, folks. 10A, take two.
I'd call that the best one.
Yeah, that was perfect.
Yeah, that was great performance-wise too. Yeah.
That one was perfect.
Action. You got to meet our top-notch DP, Rudy here. Rudy, tell the people what you do here.
I turn the camera on and he does the magic.
Nah. The real magic comes here, man. This is easily like the best-looking thing I've been involved in. I think Cade can attest.
Oh, are we talking about Rudy?
Yeah. We gotta get
talking
Rudy
about the
inspired,
magical Cade, so.
100%. All right, so basically right now we're shooting a very choreographed scene where we have camera movements and two actors like hundreds of feet away from each other. So it's basically episode 9 of Game of Thrones. So I hope you enjoy it. You good?
Yep.
Okay. All right, let's go in for a take.
Ready, Austin?
Roll camera.
Lower. Perfect. Camera speed.
Sound speed.
Scene 3, Delta, take 4. Mark.
All right. And action. Snap. Okay, that's great. I just when Parker starts walking in the other direction, I kind of want Ayana to walk through that empty lane of grass. Yeah, so like as he's so Ayana, your mark to do that walk will be Parker facing this way, walking away.
All right, yeah, let's do that one more time. One more, but that was it. Like that was that's awesome.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Jay Wash.
Marsh, they played the character of Michael Dixon, Jackie's father. He is a scientist who has this geo, which allows time travel and some other things to happen. I'm excited to see how this all comes together, to see the young Jackie, the older Jackie, basically have interactions but don't have interactions, and watch everything come to fruition. The scenes that I've been shooting have been dope, and the scenes that I've had a chance to see have been amazing. So I can't wait for the whole thing to come out.
Action.
Michael? Who is it?
Jackie, hide!
All right, quiet on set, y'all. Are we ready to do this one?
Camera speed. Scene 21, take 1, Mark.
And action. Yeah.
Excellent. All right, that's a wrap on Ayana, I think, right?
Yeah, that's a wrap.
Thank you guys so much. It's been so much fun. Thank you guys. Yeah.
You made it.
Yeah, we did